we have the current stock market analysis for Broadcom Incorporated, stock ticker AVGO. Before we begin with today's chart analysis, if you find these educational materials to be helpful in your trading, please remember to click the like and subscribe buttons and leave your thoughts below in the comment section so that other traders can find this information more easily on the platform. So what we're looking at here is the hourly time frame. Each candle on this price chart represents a 1 hour trading period here. And we will need to sort of revise some of the prior studies that we were looking at for this stock because we have seen some price movements in the upward direction. And it actually does look as though we're ready to start to push into some new higher levels here. So overall, we will be doing a readjustment on this Fibonacci analysis study. And we will be looking at the possible upside price target here going forward. So if we look at this most recent trend wave higher here, what we can see is that the stock has actually posted highs coming in at 186.43. So this does overcome that prior price high, which was seen, let's get a date here, sort of in roughly the middle of June 2024. So we have now broken above those prior highs. And this is a significant price movement here because what we're looking at is a fairly continuous series of higher lows in what really is an uptrend price channel. If we sort of draw it out like this. So, as we can see here, there's a fair amount of upside price movement here, and we're starting to re-threaten those prior resistance levels that were just posted at 186. So it really doesn't look like this movement is over just yet. Overall, I think that what is important here is that NVIDIA is also posting new record highs today. There has been some very weak follow through in that stock. It's a bit strange to see that because, this is arguably the biggest company in the world, the most important company in the world. And, this new record high, it's gotten a little bit of media attention, but not a huge amount of media attention. And the overall follow through has been weak. I mean, we just barely posted some new all-time highs there. And what I've been saying in the NVIDIA videos is that if we do start to see record highs in that stock, that I think that we will also be seeing higher levels in companies like Broadcom and Qualcomm, possibly even Palantir, even though that's a bit less related. But this movement here that we're seeing now in Broadcom does sort of seem to be tracking that. And the movements recently, anyway, have been more substantial than what we have actually been seeing with NVIDIA, which is kind of surprising. So with all of that said, we do need to keep in mind that we are now trading into fairly close contact with this near-term record high that has been seen for this stock. So we do sort of need to sort of look at this ultimate price movement here because this is, the next major sort of obstacle for Broadcom going forward. So the real question at this point is, will we see a break of this resistance zone, or will we see a failure at this resistance zone? I personally wouldn't want to be buying the stock right into this level. I think that would be a mistake. I think that, you want to buy either into a support level, or you want to wait for resistance levels to break and then to retest that level from the top, and then you buy the stock, and then you look for further runs higher. So I wouldn't really look at this current entry point as a favorable entry point. And then you also have to consider the fact that it's possible that this NVIDIA movement, could be a non-event. I mean, this could be a very boring, just barely notching of a new all-time high type of thing. It was really just by about 15 cents. I mean, it was really kind of strange that there was no follow through there. So, we will have to really watch that stock going forward. And I guess that's always true to some extent. But when we're dealing with all-time highs, I do think that, that it's a much more important question. And I do think that NVIDIA is going to be running the show here, at least for the near term. And by that, what I really mean is that if we do start to see some lack of follow through with NVDA, we could start to see a failure here at this 186.43 level. And then this really would start to create a bit of a double top resistance zone in this area. Conversely, we start to see some forward movement with NVIDIA, possibly a movement toward 150, something along those lines. And then if that occurs, then I think you definitely see this resistance level break to the top side, and then Broadcom start to develop new highs, probably something closer to $200 per share. So, at the moment, this is the main level that I would be watching, 186.43. And then to the downside, we have to really be looking at something in this area here, which would be roughly 173.50 roughly. We can get an exact number here for the price low. The actual price low came in at it's 173.37. Miss the 7 here. Okay. So yeah, this is really the range I think that we're sort of dealing with at the moment. 186 to the top side, 173 to the downside. Overall, we are trading near the top of that range, and this does mean that we could be breaking above here relatively soon. But I think if we start to see this, the same activity unfold with Nvidia, where we're just not seeing much follow through, I think that could weigh on Broadcom here near term. And that's important because even for people that are longer term investors, a lot of people sort of write off technical analysis, or they write off short term trading and things like that, and they say things like, "Well, I'm not a market timer," as if that's some sort of highbrow thing to say, and as if technical analysis is some like low level practice for idiots or something like that. I mean that's completely ridiculous because. What technical analysis gives you is a more favorable entry point for your positions. I mean, it tells you when to sort of buy a stock, when to possibly scale into a stock if you're already long. You don't just buy at any random level. I mean, I cannot stand when people sort of write off technical analysis in that way. It's as if it's like, I'm a serious investor. I don't look at chart activity. It's like, oh, okay, genius. All right. He's a serious investor, like he's JP Morgan or something like that, like old school JP Morgan with the mustache. No, the technical analysis is extremely useful because this gives us, better entry points, which means you make more money. And in this case, I wouldn't be buying right into 186. I think that would be a mistake. I think that we wait to see what goes on with Nvidia. If we do see some follow through, more along the lines of trading into 150, I think then you can look for a breakout purchase here. You can buy Broadcom possibly on a retest. A break above 186 and then a retest of that level, and then you buy there. Or you wait to see for this possible pullback with Nvidia, and then that could give you a better opportunity to buy in closer to 175, somewhere around there. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I would rather buy at 175 than 186. So here's the current stock market update for Broadcom Incorporated, stock ticker AVGO. Our high value trading strategies membership is currently available for a limited time for only $9.99 per month. These high conviction investment strategies are characterized by superior risk to reward metrics that target massive market beating returns over time. Join now to outperform the market, lock in this special introductory rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.